they've got a sponge on the bottom. Look at that. See that sponge? So that is an edible mushroom.
Oh my gosh. So I just got on my golf cart here. I just parked it. I walked inside to get the tripod to hold this camera. And then I got back on it like literally 3 minutes later, and I backed up, and there was about a 3-foot snake that was up under it, and it took off slithering off. It happened so fast, I don't even know what kind of snake it was. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Surviving in Alabama today. I don't know if he's gonna film with me or not, but hey, the Forestry Commission is gonna send off, I don't know if it's gonna be a ranger or a forester. It's gonna be one of them. He's coming over here to see if he can burn off my property. And we may have to wait till the fall, but he's coming over here to look at it. I had him over here one time before, but that was some years ago, and it just didn't work out. They could never work out a time to come do it. So maybe we can catch some film with him, and we'll see. If not, I'll just tell you about it when he leaves. However, look at this. So I was over at my sister-in-law's, and I was trying to work for her and clean up around her property. And I was holding a limb with one hand and a chainsaw with the other, and that's probably a big no-no. But I grazed my finger. If I had been, I was using my electric chainsaw. If I had been using my gas-powered chainsaw, I probably would have lost some fingers. But when you let off on the electric chainsaw, it stops. So I'm very thankful that I did not lose my fingers. But I lost a fingernail, and I did cut up my fingers a little bit. So. All right, well, let's just go see. He's supposed to be here in just a few minutes, so let's go see if we can talk to him. See how overgrown my woods are? That's what I want to handle. I see him. He's pulling up behind me. See right there? That's him. So we'll see if he'll talk to us and maybe give a little tutorial about what we're going to do. Just on the side of his truck, Forestry Commission. All right, go ahead.
Hey, I am Dave Holly. I am the Alabama Forestry Commission county forester here in Shelby County, and we're here to look at the forest and see some possibilities about burning and what we can do to make this place even better.
For the viewers that are seeing this, if you have property you want burnt off, which I don't have a big property, there's only 8.5 acres here, but somebody who has some property, no matter what the size is, do other people burn off your property, or do you do it? And what essentially is the cost of having this done?
Okay, so anybody can burn their property, but if the fire gets off your property, it is your responsibility. You could be billed for suppression cost and that type of thing. Normally, that it doesn't come down to that, but if somebody was negligent and burning on say there was a burn ban, or there was some extreme weather, that could be possible negligence.
Having the government do it, and you're our government, right?
Yes.
Basically, having the government doing is kind of an insurance policy on it. If it gets out of hand, it's on them.
We are trained, and normally our fires don't get out.
What does it cost to burn off your property?
Well, it is going to vary by state, but here in Alabama, for us to come out and blade a line around your property, it's going to be, the minimum cost is $750.
Okay.
And then we also charge, it's about $125 an hour, $750. But it covers 6 hours is what that's geared to do. If it's beyond 6 hours, it's that hourly rate property. If it's a site prep where we're doing land that's been clear cut and it's just got a lot of fuel in it, it's $25 an acre. If it's forested like this, it would be $20 an acre. But again, we do have a minimum charge of $500 for one burn.
Okay, so I'm gonna ride him around on the golf cart, and we're gonna discuss how much we need burned here, and then we'll come back to you. So we're still riding around, and as you can see the power line where I plant up for the deer right here. So we're gonna burn all of this, not behind me, these woods out in here. So I showed them the pile, and if y'all watch this channel, y'all seen my pile before, but my pile where I had those trees out, he's saying that that's not a problem to let that on fire, but he said it may not all burn, so we'll see. But up through the woods there, if we could clear that out, then it would look a lot better in here. So when he first pulled up, he was asking me about mushrooms, and I am not the person to identify mushrooms, so I'm always leery of it.
Okay, I'm pretty sure this is a bolete or bolete. They've got a sponge on the bottom. Look at that. See that sponge? So that is an edible mushroom. There's a couple different versions of that, but when they got the pores, and it's kind of a meaty mushroom, you know, it's not just a little pencil thin thing here. But there's a lot of different colors and a lot of different versions. I'd say 80% of these are edible. There's none that'll kill you, but some that will upset your tummy. So you got to identify these. I've got an app called Picture Mushroom, and it wants you to scan the side, the top, the photo of the top, and a photo of the bottom. And it'll scan that, and it'll give you 3 possibilities of what this app thinks it is. And for me, that's really helped expedite my mushroom knowledge, because there were a few I already knew, but the app really does kind of help you sort through it. And if you're not definitely sure, just chunk the mushroom. It's not worth getting sick over. But what I've done is I've looked at the photos in the app, then I've copied and pasted the name of that mushroom and looked at more photos on the internet. And if I'm sure I got the right one, but it's a new mushroom, I'll cook it and only eat a little bit of it, because toxicity is measured in the amount you ingest, right? If you take a lot of blood thinner, you can bleed out, just like a rat poison, you know. But if you take a little bit, it can be good for your blood flow. If you got, you know, health problems, you know, they say take a little coumarin or something. So it's the same way, but there are some mushrooms. There's especially white ones and brown ones you have to watch out for. There's one called a destroying angel that's white, and then some of these little brown mushrooms that look pretty insignificant can kill you dead. So you can't mess around with mushrooms. You got to know what you're getting into, but it's best to, you know, you watch the mushroom videos and they're going to say, go an experienced forager, you know, make sure, and it's not worth taking a risk. But this is probably, it's a type of bolete or bolete, and I've had them before. This is, I don't know if it's the flaming gold bolete. It looks a little bit dull on the top, so it may be something else, but I have had this one before, and it's a good mushroom.
All right, so on a percentage rating, how confident are you that you could take a bite of that mushroom?
Well, I always cook them first. I don't just bite them in the woods, but I would say I'd say 100% sure on this one. I'm gonna eat that.
Well, hey, that 100% is pretty confident.
Yeah, I've had these before.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll just show you. This looks like a milk cap. The way you tell the milk caps is you cut them with your finger and see if it bleeds milk. I don't see any milk, so it may be a Russella. But again, I'd check this with my app and see if it's edible. And but it's just a hobby. It's something fun to do, learning a little more about nature and survival. Okay, and but you definitely don't want to kill yourself in your hobby. So this one's saying it may be the firm Russella because it didn't have any milky substance. I'm not sure if they got that one right or not. And then I can back up and look at a third option. They call it the short-stemmed Russella, which I have eaten that one. That's a good mushroom. That's gonna be.
That one looks different.
Yeah, that one's got gills.
Does that mean it's a toadstool?
I'm not gonna mess with that one because there's some Amanita mushrooms that are toxic, and I'm not even gonna mess with that one. I will scan it, but I'm not gonna eat it because to me, that's not enough food to take a risk on ingesting an Amanita that I'm not sure of the identification. But I do like to scan it just to see if I have found what I'm looking for. Yeah, this one here, it says it's yellow patches, a species of Amanita. That is a toxic mushroom. There's another one that's in this family that's similar that I've had that's a good mushroom, but this doesn't look like the one I've had, but it's almost the same. But it's a Jackson Slender Caesar. That's a good mushroom, but this is not the one. So that one's going back in the woods.
So after us walking around in the woods, he's saying that we're going to wait till the fall to where the moisture content is lower, so everything will burn better.
Right. Right now, we've had a lot of rain here in Alabama. Everything's pretty wet. Now, it could change in 2 weeks and be dry. Sometimes you knock the hardwoods back better when you do it in the growing season because they're actively, uptake on the water, and so you boil the water in there, and you can knock back some of your hardwoods, some of your younger ones, if you burn in the growing season. But generally, you're just going to get a better, cleaner, more crisp burn in the wintertime with those low humidities.
All right, so when we burn this, what should I expect out of the undergrowth? Will it all be gone when you're through burning, so the next year it won't come back so hard, or what?
Well, say it like this. It's going to top kill that, but it'll sprout back. And it'll top kill, a lot of the vines that are growing up the trees, poison ivy, greenbrier, Virginia creeper, a lot of these vines that just climb up the trees, which you don't have a lot of vines here, but some people have a lot, and that's beneficial. It takes everything and just top kills it, but it will sprout back, and it's going to take a lot of this leaf litter, and it's going to be turned into ash. So that's going to get more sunlight to the ground, so you may get more of your regrowth for wildlife habitat, they say, is going to just help expose the ground to more sunlight. Number one, it's going to top kill things. Number two, it's going to take your leaves and just the needles, pine straw. It's going to burn that, and it'll just be more sun exposure to the soil where you get some more green up on your property. So just found one more of these guys. I think we got the short-stemmed Russella.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna sign this video off. We've come up with a plan. We're gonna burn my pile. We're gonna burn off about 5 of the 8.5 acres here and clear these woods out and make it a little more presentable. And it's just gonna be healthier for the forest. So if you need something burnt, contact your forestry commission wherever you are. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. God bless.